Well, hello guys, this is Brian, Cliffside Outfitters. Glad you could join us again. Today, we're back in the kitchen. And we're going to do some venison cube steak with gravy. This is a simple, easy recipe. And it's dynamite. Y'all going to love it. So, stick around and let me show you just exactly what we do here at Cliffside Outfitters. So what we got here is a big old plate of venison steak. And we're going to take that venison steak, and I've got my cutting board out here. And what we're going to do, we're going to take that venison steak. I've got one of these hammers, and you can pick them up just about anywhere. But I'm going to take that steak, and some of this is top round, some of it's bottom round, some of it's the clod on top of the leg. But I'm going to take that and I'm going to pat it down with this meat hammer. And basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to cube the meat. And if you've noticed, you hadn't seen yet, that I've got my apron on, because when you do this, it can be just a little bit messy, but it's worth it. So let's get back to pounding meat. We're going to pound it out on this side, and then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to pound it on the other side, if we can get it straightened out here. Get pounded out just like that. Now this is an awful big plate of steak, but it's a cold winter day, and the whole gang's around. So we're going to fix a big batch. This particular piece of meat right here, I think that it's a piece of bottom round, and when I cut it, I butterflied it. You're going to look at that and say, boy, that's a big piece of venison, but I butterflied it, and that way it makes bigger pieces in the pan. So let's get the rest of this venison pounded out, and then I'll show you where we go from there. Alright, so we got that whole plate of venison pounded out with that meat hammer. It's tenderized, and now we're going to season it up. Now I just happen to have one of these old sheet pans here, and I'm going to lay it out on that to season it. I like to season my meat before it goes in the pan, because your seasoning is in direct contact and you don't have to worry about it coming off in the pan. So let's get it laid out here, and then we'll put some seasoning to it. You can see that those pieces have grown in size. They're pretty big now because we flattened them out and we tenderized it with that hammer. So let's get some seasoning on these things. Now the seasonings that we're going to use, I'm going to put some fresh ground black pepper. I'm also going to put some salt, but a word of caution on your salt. All the seasoning that you put in this is going to end up in the final product. It's not like cooking a steak on the grill where part of the seasoning is going to fall off, or or render off with the fat. So be cautious on the amount of salt that you put in the seasoning. Now, you could put garlic powder, onion powder, whatever you like, but I'm gonna do mine with just salt and black pepper. And so let's get some seasoning on these things. Like I said, we're gonna be a little bit gentle with the salt. We're gonna put some on there, but we're gonna be gentle with it because it's all gonna be incorporated in the final product. Now over here on the stove, I've got a cast iron skillet. You don't have to use a cast iron skillet. That's just what I prefer. You can use stainless steel, any kind of skillet that you got. What we're gonna do, we're gonna brown this venison off, and so we've got the oil in there. We got it up to temperature. I've got olive oil in mine. You can use any kind of oil that you want, any kind of fat. We're gonna fry these things for just a minute, get a little caramelization on them. And I've also got a pan with some flour in it. That's just regular flour. I believe that's self-rising, but you could use plain flour. Any kind of flour will work for this. So we got our temperature up on our oil. We're gonna take our venison, and like I said before, we've done seasoned it, so we don't need to season the flour. And we're gonna bread it lightly in that flour. Shake the excess off of it, and we're gonna put it in here. Now I've got my temperature on about medium high, probably medium. It's about 6, mine goes to 10, so we're gonna take that and we're gonna put it right here in the pan. And we got it hot. You can see there's a little sizzle going on there. Ain't that awesome how you butterfly those out and then pound them out, and you got some great old big pieces of meat there. There again, we're gonna bread it up, and we're gonna put it in this skillet. We're gonna brown it off. So I can get it in there and it's spicy. Man, that smells good already. Look at that. Woo. Now while that meat's browning off, I've got a bowl right here. And in this bowl, I'm gonna add some cream. This is cream of chicken. Cream of mushroom is real good in this. But we're gonna use some cream of chicken soup today, and that's what I've got. And we're gonna put it in there. Now, follow the directions on the can. This one calls for a can of water. So I'm going to put a can of water in with each can of soup that I put in the bowl. Now, we got our water in the soup. And I'm going to use a whisk, you can use a fork or whatever, and I'm going to mix that together. And it don't have to be completely mixed together, but I'm going to beat it up just the best I can. And we'll get it mixed together. And that's sort of going to give us a gravy. Here in just a minute, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. So we got our venison in here, we got it frying up nice. It don't have to be 100% done, but you want some good color. If you take a look there, you can see it's got some pretty color on it. And I've got a casserole dish. I'm gonna put that venison, I'm gonna put it in that casserole dish. And y'all can see that, there we go. But I'm gonna put it in that casserole dish, I'm gonna set it to the side. Now I'm going to continue to cook the venison, and we're going to layer it up in that casserole dish. So let me get all this cooked, and I'll show you what comes next. Now, if you guys don't know, venison is extremely lean. So from time to time, you're going to have to add just a little more oil to the pan. All right, guys, we got our venison fried up, and I'm going to show you a little trick that I use. It just adds a little bit more love to the pot, I guess. Take you a little bit of water, and let's deglaze. Let's deglaze that skillet. We're going to stir that around. We're going to get all them little tidbits out of there, and then we're going to take it off out. Now we've got that pan deglazed, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that liquid and I'm going to pour it right in there in our soup mixture. And I'm going to whisk that right in. And like I told you, all them flavors, all the seasoning, everything's going into this dish. That's why you got to be mindful of how much seasoning you use. All right, guys, I hope you can see that. But we've got all our venison browned, and we got it in this casserole dish, and we're going to make sure it's down in there good. But we're going to take our soup mix. We got our soup mix right here, and we're going to evenly distribute that soup mix over the venison. Now the venison is going to soak up some of this soup, and that's why we added water. If I'd done this in a crock pot, then I probably wouldn't have added the water to it, and I wouldn't have pre-cooked the meat. But when you pre-cook the meat, you're dehydrating it a little bit, and that extra water is going to help you to make a gravy. Now, we've got all that ready in the casserole dish. I've got my oven set at 350. And I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to wait just about 2 hours, and it'll be ready to eat. We'll show you what we got. Alright guys, well it's been a couple hours, and we just removed our venison from the oven. I'm going to have you take a look. Man, how about tender? Like gravy, it's just right. How about good? Well, alright guys, there you have it. That was venison, cube steak and gravy, and it turned out perfect. Didn't take that long to fix, so I hope y'all give it a try. It'd be real good with a big pan of biscuits, maybe some mashed taters. Until next time, this is Brian with Cliffside Outfitters. Y'all have a good day.